If my hair is a mess, I promise you it is a mess. I just got back from the dentist and I had this nice big bun going on, and you guys, they were like, you're due for some different types of x-rays today and you have to like put your face in there. And my bun was too big and she's like, why are you not coming forward? I was like, I can't. And she was like, why? I was like, my bun. So I like literally had to like pull it back. So now it's, you know, a mess. But I don't have cavities, so that is good news. I never thought a problem going to the dentist would be my bun was too big, but you live, you learn. Today my bun was too big. If it's a mess, I'm sorry. I am trying to film when I can, and that means I might look a hot mess and I apologize, but I'm really excited to review this palette for you guys. I ordered the new Genesis eyeshadow palette on Midas Cosmetics website. Before we get into this video, I am an affiliate for Midas Cosmetics. This is a collaboration with another indie makeup brand called Drench Cosmetics. But if you buy it from Midas Cosmetics, you can use my code, which is glitter in all caps. That will save you 20% off, and I will also make a little bit of commission. And if you've been following me for a long time, you know that with that commission, I do donate a t-shirt each time I get paid by Midas. I donate a t-shirt to, it's called the Ally Project Phoenix. I will link it down below so you can check out more about that. But so far we've been able to donate 2 shirts. So thank you in advance if you use my code. It means a lot. Let's read about this palette. So this actually just launched a little bit ago. I'm looking it up because I don't want to mess it up. It's $34. It's currently sold out. It has 15 shades, 8 mattes, and 7 shimmers. So to me, that is a good variety. I love the packaging. So the outer packaging looks like this that it comes in. That's the sleeve. And the actual packaging looks identical, which I personally really appreciate because most of the times I recycle my sleeves. And so here it is. I love the gold foiling, really pretty. And the packaging honestly is really nice. And then it does have a really nice mirror. And on the inside, it says, "You are the blueprint." I love the theme of this. I'm gonna read it off to you because I don't wanna mess up the message here. This palette was created for deeper skin tones as well. And I feel like Midas Cosmetics is very good about that, being very inclusive. If you have a deeper skin tone and have a hard time finding bronzers, they even have bronzers that are of deeper shades, and I think that is so needed in the beauty community. It says Genesis, an origin, creation, or beginning. The Genesis palette was created to fill a gap where most palettes fall short. We created a beautiful array of rich shades to celebrate melanin in all of its tones. So often we are made to feel less than by the color of our skin. We wanted to come together and uplift, inspire. Again, this was created with Drench Cosmetics, and I've used this one time. I loved the look I came up with. I'll post it here. Everything performed great. This was actually the original look I was supposed to do. I was doing like a first impressions, but I do have a 3-year-old and he sort of interrupted the video, which is fine. It's the life of a mom, so we're going to refilm it today. Everything I used I really liked. The mattes performed really good. The shimmers, I really like this color story. It kind of does remind me of that new Natasha Denona palette slightly, a little bit less colorful. But it does have like the blues and the pinks and just really pretty. I'm excited to use it again. So I have my eyes primed with soft base. This is from the AOA Studio. I almost want to recreate the look I did yesterday. I actually really loved it, but I feel like I just need to test out more shades today for you guys, and I don't really know what I want to do. I do have work, so I don't know how like crazy I want to take it, but I think we're actually going to go straight into Worthy. So I did take Magical yesterday. I started with this one. It was deeper than I thought it would be, but obviously if you're a deeper skin tone, like it's probably going to be either brow bone or a really nice transition shade. For me, it was deep enough to be like a light crease color. Actually, we're going to go into Educated first. It's this very orangey toned brown. It's really pretty. But the lighter shade, I was surprised. It looked a little bit more mauve-y to me. But do you see how deep these are? Now listen, I'm not going to complain about there not being any like light transition shade for me because this palette wasn't made specifically for me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's so many palettes that work for lighter skin tones nowadays that it'd be so silly for me to be like, well, if this just had, you know. But what I like to do is I put the pigment down and then I just blend it out. And then you kind of can create that transition shade without having an actual transition shade. But this is a really pretty color. I feel like a lot of the tones, I feel like they're gonna look really orangey and then they look more like rosy. That is something I did notice, but normally I do swatch these before I use them. So pack the color down first. So normally I swatch them first. I haven't really swatched this, just a few of shimmers. So I feel like every time I think it's gonna be more orangey tone, it turns out a little more raspberry, which I'm not mad about. So now I'm gonna go on top of that and just blend it. It just surprises me sometimes like how different pan versus, this is one I would highly suggest you do watch reviews and swatches just so you can see if the colors really are your vibe. And I'm not saying like I don't like the colors, but I do feel like in pan versus on the skin tone it looks different, which I mean I'm not mad about. I still like this color, but if you're like, wow, I really want some like orangey tones, you might be surprised when you put these and they look a little bit more raspberry. But to me, kind of just, it ties in with the blue a little bit more. I'm gonna take some of that under the eye. It's really pretty. Yeah, all the mattes work really, really well. So I guess I could have used that lighter shade. I was really expecting this one to be more orange tone. That's the only reason why I didn't go into Magical. Now I might go into Magical just to see if maybe it will like help it blend even more. But to be honest, yeah, Magical is very like, has a little more mauve-y tones to it than I expected it to. Let's see. Yesterday I didn't use this one all over the lid, but I used it under lid and it's stunning. It is called the Standard. And it is like that deep sparkly blue. This has like so many different blue colors. I put it on under the lash line with no glitter glue and it was still reflective and sparkly. But since we're putting it on the eyelid, I do want to use a glitter glue with that just to make sure that it stays in place nicely, especially since I'm about to go teach dance and I'm about to get all sweaty. So I'm taking some NYX glitter glue. Basically, anytime I really want a pigment to stick or like a multi-chrome, duochrome, you really want it to pop even more than normal, that's when this is like so good to do. It's not necessary, but it really does, it's a game changer. Going into the Standard. This shades look so pretty. It's so pretty. You can tell in the pictures that they post and everything that it's a beautiful shade, but I feel like once it's on the eye especially, like you can see all the little reflex and it's just so pretty. If you don't want to use a glitter glue, using a brush wet always helps too. Now I want to take Phenomenal, and that is this light blue here, and we're gonna put that here. This one is just a light blue shimmer. Oh yeah, the finger works so much better. This brush wasn't really ideal for that. I don't even know why I picked up this brush. I think I'm gonna I'm going to tap into Millionaire right there, which is this deeper raspberry shade. You kind of blend on top of that. And even into the black blueprint a little bit. And on the inner corner, I kind of want to try this called Daring. This one is a duochrome and I love it. It's like, I don't know if it's going to be too dark for the inner corner though. Blue, pinky, purple, but a little bit lighter. I do feel like it's too deep for me on the inner corner. I feel like if you have a deeper skin tone, it'd look really pretty. But I think for me, I need to lighten it up because I like brightness on my inner corner. I'm gonna take Ambitious, which is the silver. And we're gonna pop that on to the inner corner. Help brighten it more. And then I'm gonna take that Darling shade again. Duochrome. I'm gonna take Millionaire on the lower lash line. Alright, let me clean this up. Okay, I ended up lining under the eye also with this deep blue just to add a little bit more depth because I felt like it was really top heavy. And guys, every time I've used this palette, I've really enjoyed it. I think the only thing for me personally is I wish there was just a brighter, more intense inner corner type of highlight shade, which the silver does work, but silver for inner corner is not necessarily my personal favorite. Again, that's just like a personality trait. The shimmers are great. The mattes perform amazingly. Honestly, if you feel good about the price for $34, I want to go ahead and swatch these real quick. I'll probably just do them on the back of my hand. Nothing crazy. I'll put nicer swatches up on my Instagram, but for now, so I'm gonna go in the top row. First one is called Magical. Next one is called Revolutionary. Seriously, like butter. The next one is called Educated. I can't read upside down. Like, that's nice. These are honestly probably some of my favorite mattes that I've seen so far from Midas. So this one is called Excellent, which is the pink. I haven't even used this one yet. It's like a pink purple. I love pink purples. I think that pink purple will look so pretty with that duochrome color. Influential. I love like how it's like a bronzy theme going on here with that pop of pink. So that is the top row. Next we have Millionaire, which is this really beautiful plummy brown purple. Next is Daring. It does kind of give me like smoky glow vibes, but like the deeper version plus blues. That's so pretty. That's that duochrome. I have such a hard time describing it, but it's really beautiful. This is that like bright cobalt blue color. Next one is that dark blue. Wow. That's like really nice and deep. And then let me wipe off my hands. Gosh, they're so pretty. Like, look at this. Just look at that color story. I think it's beautiful. I love it because it's so neutral with pops of colors. This is probably the most beautiful shade in the palette. I mean, they're all very pretty, but that one's just so cool and unique. And I don't think I have anything like that in my collection. That one's called The Standard. Next we have Black, which is Blueprint. It does not feel gritty at all. Let's see if we can build that up. I feel like when I use it, it's pretty black, but they're like swatching it. I mean, it looks black, but it doesn't look like the most intense black, but it does build up. I feel like what I used it for, it was fine. If you're gonna put black all over your lid, I don't know how it's gonna work out. Probably fine, but it might take some building. Next is Phenomenal, which is that shimmery blue. I do wish there was like one more kind of shifty shade, and I wish this was it. Like, I wish this one had a little bit more like sparks of glitter in it, kind of like this one. The shimmers are beautiful. I just love. This is a teal. I haven't swatched the teal, but this teal is really pretty. I almost used it for under the lid. I probably should have. Oh, that one was really nice. That's a nice teal. Wow. Doesn't look like it's gonna be patchy. We have that silvery, that silver. Right. There's the silver. And then here's this dark brown. I don't think I've used this one yet. It is just like a chocolatey. This brown is probably the only one that's like, well, maybe it does have some purpley in there. Isn't that a really beautiful color story though, and so unique? I actually really love it. I actually love this color story. Like, and now that I see it swatched out on my hand too, like, it's just beautiful. I love it. It's, to me, it's like the perfect amount of neutral and color that I personally love. Here are my final thoughts on it. I actually really love it. I thought the mattes were some of the best ones I've tried from Midas so far. The shimmers were buttery. Everything was on point. There was no shade that I struggled with, and this is just my honest opinion. The Smoky Glow palette is definitely more pinky toned, but it has the like lighter neutral shades that if you're lighter or more fair, that you would have, you know, the brow bone shade, you'd have the crease shade, the deepening shade, and you have some really beautiful duochromes in here, but you don't have those blues, those beautiful blues you'll find in here. So it's kind of tough. I was gonna say if you have lighter to medium, you might want to go with this one. But I feel like if you are my skin tone, you can get away with this stuff. The only thing that if I were using this like for a normal day or another tutorial, I would maybe take a different shade from my inner corner. But that's all I would really feel like I would need to reach for. Maybe I would even use my own like face powder just to like help blend into the brow bone, just to make it more seamless. But those are the only two shades that I feel like for my skin tone, I'd feel like I'd have to reach in for. If you're a deeper skin tone, I think you'll absolutely love this. I think it's so stunning and they did such a good job. I can't wait to see some of the looks that other people come up with this palette because I think it's like so beautiful. I love the rich chocolatiness with the shimmers. The shimmer, oh my gosh, is so unique. I don't have anything like the standard in my collection. It's so glittery looking and it's just from like blue. There's like purple, pink specks. I don't know. I wish there was another shade like it because it's amazing. And Daring is a duochrome, so that is beautiful as well. I feel like some of the other shimmers you might have in other palettes, but I still think altogether this color story is stunning. Again, you can use my code 20% off. Again, it is an affiliate code, so if you don't feel comfortable with affiliate codes, don't use it. It's okay. I'll survive. Thank you. I hope this review helped you somewhat and let me know down below if it did. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.